Has anybody else heard this like new year, new you phrase? Yeah, I have too. And you know what? It's actually pretty annoying. And I'm going to share with you why. As most of you are probably doing the same thing I'm doing, I'm just kind of sitting around here like this week of the last week of December. And I'm just thinking about what I want my next year to look like, how I want to maybe be different next year in certain areas, or how I want maybe my finances to look, or my family to look, relationships, friends, my health. There's so many things that we think about when we're kind of going into the new year. For some reason, it's just the time of year that most of us really focus on trying to become someone new. And that whole phrase, new year, new you, drives me nuts because you're going to be the same you on January 1st as you were on December 31st, and we're setting ourselves up for failure the minute we just say, okay, January 1st is rolling around and I'm going to be somebody totally different that day. We're doing this. New year, new you. Like you maybe even psych yourself up to like be this new version of yourself. And while the idea of it kind of sounds great, right? Like, oh yeah, like we're going to do this, and you get all fired up about it. And then January 5th, maybe even February 1st, if you make it that long, rolls around, and that new you version that you hoped would like emerge just suddenly doesn't, and you get discouraged and you just say, maybe this isn't my year, or you find excuses, or you start looking around at things like that are going on, keeping you from hitting your new you goal. So the new year, new you thing for me doesn't work. I just know, because it's more like an all or nothing thinking process to me. And I know if I don't change that verbiage, I'm setting myself up for failure, especially in my healthy body, weight loss and stuff like that goals. So I've changed that phrase from new year, new you to new year, better you. And it has helped me so much. Like I'm just going to focus on being a better me in the areas that I want to really focus on in 2023. And I love that mindset shift. Just helps me so much to like take the weight off of feeling this need to just totally change and transform in an instant. And if we really think about like even the life of a butterfly, like it starts out as a caterpillar, it starts out as an egg, obviously, but and it goes through a caterpillar, and then it goes through its stages, and it gets into the chrysalis and totally transforms and comes out and emerges as something totally different. That is a new you, right? But it takes time, and it's a process, and it's not something that just happens because you decided suddenly on this magical day that you're going to just be this new you. And I just love the idea, totally love the idea of new year, new you, but it doesn't work, and hasn't worked for me like the majority of my life. So I just thought, I need a new mindset when it comes to setting goals for like my new year. And I don't do New Year's resolutions. I just don't like them. But I do sit down and really evaluate what I did last year, what I did well. Look at that too. Like always look at what you did good. Don't just look at like what I sucked at, like which is typically what my mind wants to go to first. But I look at what I've done well, and then what I need to improve on, and what I would like to do a little bit differently next year. Because change that lasts is gradual. And shifting that mindset from like, I'm going to be totally somebody new next year, I'm going to be a whole new person, isn't accurate. You're still going to be yourself, but you could be a better version, absolutely. But that takes time. It takes a process. It takes looking at where you want to become a better person, putting some strategies in place for that to happen, like goal setting and creating formations that help you to become that new person, that new version of yourself, which again is like still you, but it's just a little bit better every single year. And if we make that the goal, it's easier to look at 2023 in a much more manageable way. And we're not thinking, if I don't hit this new version of myself, whatever that looks like for you, by February 1st, then you're a failure, right? Like, no, we don't have to find all the diets that are out there right now and like Google like quick ways to lose weight and all those things and start them January 1st and then hope that we're just going to be magically a new person, because it doesn't work. I've seen it over and over and over again. And we're just talking right now about our weight, right? Because that's why most of you are here, to like talk about ways to lose weight and keep it off. And believe me, it is not an easy process when you're doing it the right way and the slow way because it's slow and we're so used to like instant results and wanting things done like right now. But I just recently experienced something and I just thought it was so crazy, like profound. It was just a way I felt like God was saying, see, you're doing the right thing and you're helping others do the right thing, which I know I'm following the voice of God when I share like what I'm learning about helping you with your mindset while you're on your weight loss journey. I know that that's awesome and it works, but sometimes we can doubt ourselves, like everybody does. And I do that too. And God just showed me recently like an example and I want to share it with you. And I'm not going to share too many details because I'm not like going to throw anybody under the bus. But I came across the story of a woman who was on a weight loss journey. She was extremely overweight and had a lot of weight to lose. She actually went to a doctor and said, hey, I need to lose X amount of weight and I can't lose it. Maybe something's wrong with my body because I'm young and I haven't been able to lose this weight and I don't know why. And they ran all the tests and she told herself if the test results came back that there was nothing wrong with her. So all the results came back that she was totally healthy and normal in every other way except for being very overweight and unhealthy in that area. So she started working with a doctor to lose weight and get to a healthy weight, which she was able to do. And when she shared what she was doing to lose the weight, I'm like, my jaw literally dropped. I was like, see, this is the problem. This is why we're stuck in this like cycle. And me too, I'd been in that cycle for a long time as well. But she was just sharing that the diet that the doctor put her on was a crazy high amount of protein and pretty much low everything else, just a really high protein diet. And so the diet consisted of Premier protein shakes, once in the morning, once in the afternoon for like breakfast and lunch. And then for dinner, she would eat a healthy protein and 2 cups of vegetables of her choice. And that was it. That's what she ate. She lost 80 pounds in 5 months. Congratulations, right? Like you would think. That's a lot of weight to lose in a very short amount of time. That's what I call extreme weight loss. And it's extreme because her daily calorie allotment was extremely low, like starvation mode low. And I really couldn't even believe like, what in the world kind of advice is this? But it's typical advice and unfortunately not good advice. So she was doing like a little like sharing what happened with her, her story and stuff. And she said, she did that. She lost the 80 pounds. She was really excited about that. She quit doing what the doctor told her to do and kind of went back to her old way of eating. Number one mistake, number one mistake with mindset with dieting is going back and saying, okay, I'm only going to do this doing thing for a short period of time. And then I'm going to go back to eating the same way that I was before and hope that I can just maintain these results somehow. However you lose weight is how you have to maintain weight. And I've learned that, the hard way, okay? But anyways, this woman, she ended up going right back up. Like she gained the 80 pounds that she had lost very quickly. And she said, okay, like I buckled down and I did the diet again and I lost the weight again and it was great. So she was like super excited that she lost all that weight again for the second time. She said, then I kind of slowly like went back into my old ways again and I ended up gaining it back. And at the point where she was sharing her story, she said the lowest weight she had ever gotten to was like about 180 pounds. And she said, I'm up to 225 pounds. And I feel really embarrassed to be sharing this with you. This is what she was saying, not me. Like, this is not my story, but this is this woman's story. And as I'm listening to her story, I'm literally like breaking. My heart is breaking for her because I know what she's battling inside her mind. I know what's happening and she doesn't. She's clearly stuck. Like she was just saying, like, I don't know why this is happening to me. And I want to just reach through like the camera and like hug her so bad. This was like a video that was filmed a few years ago, several years ago actually. So I just like did some research because she said, I'm on the plan again to lose the weight and I'm working towards it and it's going to be awesome. And she said, follow me over here. And I just like, let me just see where she's at today. And I was shocked. I was so shocked because where she's at today is not in a good place. And I thought, okay, here's the thing. We do this to ourselves every single year. We go on these extreme diets, whether it's on January 1st or in the middle of the year sometime. We just get fed up. We say, that's it, enough's enough. And we usually like start the motivation for the new goal or the new year, new you out of a place of frustration, embarrassment, anger, even self-hatred. And then we're like nothing's working and we don't know why. Or if it does work, we get all excited. Everybody gives us the atta girls, and then we go back to our old ways, slowly or even quickly sometimes gain that weight back. And that's the frustrating part. Like, that's the part that just drives me nuts, that I'm like, I figured it out. It's not quick weight loss, which isn't fun. It's actually sort of painful because we're used to getting those results fast. And we're used to looking for people who do that. Like, okay, show me how. What did you do? Or like, what kind of diet are you on? How did you eat? It's crazy because if we keep following them long enough, or if we keep like having them around in our lives long enough, if they're the type of person who's not changing their mindset about weight, dieting, who they are, their identity, all the things that I teach, they're going to go right back to their old ways. Nothing has changed on the inside. So everything on the outside, that surface level, has changed for a period of time. Is just going to go right back to where it was. So anyways, this is the whole point of what I'm doing right now, just thinking through this as I saw that recently and heard this woman's story and was just like so sad for her. And I know that this is so many others' stories as well. It was my story at one point in my life too. That's why I just so connected with her and was like, I know where you're at, girl, I know. But this year, you do not have to settle. You don't have to settle for this lie that this new year, you're going to be somebody totally different. And like this new you is going to emerge out of nowhere. We are not butterflies. Like, we are created human beings in the image of God, right? Like, we are becoming new every single day. I'm becoming someone new every single day until the day I die. I'm becoming more like Christ. I'm becoming somebody who walks in my, gifting and the authority that Christ has given me. And I have the mind of Christ, and, renewing my mind and transforming. It's a constant thing. It's not something it's one and done. You do it and it's over. So with that in mind, we can look at our goals in this way of saying, okay, I'm not going to just be a new me. I'm just going to be a better me. And not to say like, that's just settling. That's not settling. Don't settle for the lie that you can become someone new instantly by just saying so. Although it does take like the decision to be different, to change, right? Like, we have to make that decision. But don't set yourself up for failure by just looking at I'm just suddenly going to be somebody different, all of a sudden. Okay. So like, small changes equal big results, and mindset is so key when it comes to weight loss that actually stays off. And you are like jumping off that the diet roller coaster, and you're done with all that. So it takes time, it takes patience, and sometimes it takes effort and help, right? So that's what I'm here for. But if you are excited about becoming a better you in 2023, I want to invite you to join the 4-day weight loss mindset reset challenge that I'm going to be doing for free in my private Facebook group. So if you guys want to be a part of that, if you want to see what does it take to actually like get the mindset for weight loss that lasts, and get over some of those lies that we've believed that keep us in the cycle of dieting, I want to invite you to register. And registration is open. So I'm going to put a link for you in the description below. So you'll want to grab your seat before all the spots fill up. I want to make sure that you get it. It's free. And we're going to be talking about just mindsets when it comes to your identity and creating formations so that your goals actually happen, and they don't just happen for short periods of time. And you can stay consistent in your healthy eating decisions when you're doing the things that I'm going to teach you in this 4-day weight loss mindset reset challenge. So I really want you to be part of it. Ladies, this is going to be the thing that's going to help you in this new year to get on the journey of transformation and not just try and hop on the quick fix train. Like, get off that quick fix thing, okay? Like, we're going to go over here and we're going to find the things that work, and we're going to get the mindset to keep us going in the direction that is healthy. So grab the link below, and I can't wait to see you guys on the other side.